Let me also do something for um, creativity is the currency that God gave to every man. Creativity is the currency that God gave to every man. That God gave to every man. Okay, Mr. George, Mr. Boss, thank you. So we have a lot to talk about because if people said, I don't have money, you have not utilized that part of creativity inside of you. Yeah, thank you. Things are not going the way I want it to go. You are not utilizing the currency that God gave to every man. So, so if you're ready for today's class, you've written these 4 things down your notes. Shall I? It's okay. So, whenever I'm talking to entrepreneurs, businessmen, investors in this part of the world, I always like to make references to something we can lay as foundation. Because if we cannot agree to lay a solid foundation, then we cannot build anything on top of it. So the only foundation that everybody agrees with me this part of the world is the scripture. So they know I can talk about business, entrepreneurs, investment without not bringing the scriptures because we must agree on something, even though we not agree for everything. At least let's agree on something. We can agree on one thing, forget about the rest. We can always disagree to agree. We can always build something on top of it. So I want to just talk about something that will help us in this class. Genesis 1, 27 to 27. Genesis 1, 26 to 27. Something happened here. It happened that God said, let us make man in our image and likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish, over the sea, over the fowls of the air, over the cattle, over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, created them, he them. So it is frustrating to ask God for what he already given to you because the person don't realize that he has been given to them already. So I would like us to write this down, very, very important, so we can understand how powerful this is. Because after God did a good job, we are still asking God for what he has given to us. Write it down. It is frustrating to ask for what your has already been given to. It is frustrating to ask for what that has already given to you. I think that's a good statement for me. It is frustrating to ask for what that has already given to you. So you're asking for what has given to you already. You have the Bible, asking for Bible. There's a Bible in your hand. Can't you see? So it is frustrating to ask for what that has already given to you. Very, very frustrating to ask for what already given to you. You're asking God to make you more creative. You're already more creative already. The part of his creative nature inside of you in forms of gifting, ideas, talents, creative. So it is frustrating to ask for what has already given to you. Full stop. Because the person don't realize he has it already. So because you don't realize you are gifted, you are talented, you are ideas, you are creative, you don't realize you're that already. Is that God's fault? It's not. If you want anything in life, you have to exchange that for creativity for value, then exchange it for money. You have to pass through process, you have to sit down, convert that your creativity into value, product or services, and then take it to sell. If you don't do that, you can't make money. You can't ask God for tables and chair. God deliberately, intentionally hide tables and chair in tree. You need a table and chair, get to work. Convert that to idea, table and chair. Of course, convert the tree to tables and chair. Since you were born, have you seen God giving man table and chair from the sky? Have you seen that before? You are not talking to me. Have you seen tables and chairs fall from the sky? Have you seen that before? So God will never do that for you. So asking for God for what he asks you to do is like wasting frustration because he already put inside of you that part of him that can be creative. And you choose not to be productive with it. No wonder he said, be fruitful. Fruitfulness is productivity. Do multiply. Of course, be fruitful, do multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. So men have chosen not to convert that part of their creativity into value of product, so change it for money. That is why creativity is fundamentally a currency. That's what differentiates mankind from animal kind. That we are human beings. If you doubt me, just look through the window. You see what human beings, you see story building, you see the tar road, you see electricity, you see a lot of structures through the window. This is what man can do and only man can do because we have that part of God's creating in us. So you can see people are just struggling because they don't realize that which they ask God for, they have it already. So if you don't appreciate what you have been given to do, What has given to you reveals that you don't realize that everything you ever want or need is already given to you, and on the inside, as part of a talent, write it down your note. If you don't appreciate, if you don't appreciate what was given to you, if you don't appreciate, what was given to you, your life, your leg, your hand, your eyes, your ability to think, your mind, if you don't appreciate, what was given to you, that reveals that you don't realize that everything you ever want, need, is already given to you on the inside. Example, in front of talent, I said, if you don't appreciate, what was given to you, it reveals that you don't realize, that everything you need, want, is already given to you on the inside. Example, talent, creativity, um, ideas, concepts, So a lot of people don't realize that. If you don't appreciate, what was given to you, it reveals that you don't realize that everything you need and want is already given to you on the inside. So whatever you ever want in life has already given to each and every one of us. Even though you are born naked, you are not born empty. God deposits part of His creativity inside of us in terms of talents, giftings, ideas, concepts, innovation, vitality, fidelity. You must discover it, develop, and deploy. So you don't appreciate what was given to you. It reveals that you don't realize that everything you need and want is already given to you on the inside. Full stop. So write it down. Humans are created in the image and likeness of God. Humans are created in the image and likeness of God. I know I'm not going here today. If I'm not, okay, let me just stop here. Let me clean this. Oh, I always tell us this thing like I sing it like song. That everything that will be given to you need and want already part of you, because God did three things in Genesis. God actually, number one, created the creation. When He came to creation, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be firmament, there was firmament. Let there be this. God spoke to the creation to create the creatures. He said, let the earth bring forth its kind. Let the water bring forth its kind. And the water bring forth all the animals in the sea. The earth bring pawpaw, banana, pineapple. God just spoke to the earth. He said, earth, bring forth. He said, earth, bring forth your kind. Earth brought pawpaw, banana. That's why when those things die, they go back to the earth. So God spoke to creation. Creation created the creatures. But when it came to man, God did something different. He created a creator. He said, He created a creator. Let us create man in our image and likeness. Say no image. Say no likeness. That is why the image of God is natural. The image of God is natural. The likeness of God comes through teaching. Say no teaching. Say no training. Say no mentoring. Say no coaching. Say no, of course, guiding. Until you are being taught to be like God, you can never be a creator. You can never discover yourself as a creator. So you must be taught to be a creator. Say, I'm a creator. So God did not create you as a creation. He's not created as a creature. He created as a creator. That is why man has the innate ability to convert natural resources to whatever resources he wants. Whatever he wants. We have the same creative power. And the moment you realize this, you discover this, that is the answer to your prayer point. So people that choose not to understand this, see them behave like slaves. They carry themselves and enslaved in another man's vineyard, who is creatively, productively in his ideas and talents and giftings. And they're wondering why life is not. They complain, oh, Mama, I'm hungry, I'm broke, life is hard, life is unbearable. Because you are not in your creative space. Once you are not functioning there, life will be unbearably difficult. And you can have achievement but no fulfillment. Let's begin to discuss why we are here today. Let's pick the first outline. Write it down. Creativity is an innate natural function of humanity. That should be the first outline. Let's discuss it. So we are picking number one now. Let me give you some notes today to discuss. So you understand that you are fundamentally a creative being. You are fundamentally a creator. Fundamentally have the raw material to convert it to add flesh to things. How powerful you are, how wonderful you are, how faithful and wonderful. In fact, if you just realize your creativity power, my brother, my sister, you don't have problem with darkness. Because the Bible said that He has lifted us to sit with Him far above. Turn off far above. You must say it today. Turn off far above principalities and powers. Say, neighbor, principalities and powers are far under my feet. That is why God never told you cannot serve God and devil. He said you cannot serve God and mammon. Devil is not even the matter to discuss here. Just understanding who you are in Christ Jesus. Devil is already defeated. Just understanding alone, you are really living. So witches and wizards should not be your prayer point. It should not be a problem to you. Die by fire should not be a problem to you. You are really seated far above those principal and powers. So it's not something to discuss. It's not a discussion. It's not a discussing topic. It's already a victory given to us already. So we need to understand that you have gotten victory over certain things in life. So you are not a slave to those cause of the law. You are actually above. So let's talk about the real thing that matters to us. But this is man's creativity. This man's creativity. This thing you see is man's creativity. My phone is man's creativity. What is your contribution to the world? Everybody that makes impact and makes significant impact in this world, who leave something legacy behind, are men who are actually taking risks to create, to convert that their innate ability into products or services. So you have to discover that you have more assignment to do on earth than to fight devils. This is not this victory given to you already. Why is it so difficult for you to accept the victory given to you at the cross of Calvary? Why is it a problem? Let's talk about something very important. That's why you don't be the economy of natural resources. You be the economy of mental resources. So until a man is mentally liberated and mentally emancipated, you have not delivered that man. So you need to realize to the point that you have innate capacity to create. So I have innate capacity to create. So write this down on your note. On the first one, fundamentally, we have insatiable appetite. Fundamentally, we all have insatiable appetite. Our appetite can never be satisfied. Insatiable appetite. Insatiable appetite. Fundamentally, we all have insatiable appetite to create. And we have insatiable appetite to create and unlimited capacity to also create. So there's no limited. It's not limited. We have insatiable appetite to create and unlimited capacity to create. Unlimited capacity to create. We have two things. That's why you can never see women that is satisfied with love. The more love you give to women, the more love they want. The more they have things, the more what they want. No human being says, I'm tired of being kind. I'm tired of receiving kindness. I'm tired of receiving peace. Surpass understanding. I'm satisfied. That's why I see Toyota keep bringing products. 2024, 2025 model, 2026. iPhone, the same thing. Samsung, the same thing. They keep bringing new concept, new version. iPhone 16 Pro Max, 4G, 5G, 6G, 7G, Gen Z. Oh, you see AI. You will never finish. You get one shoe, you won't get two. You get two, you won't get three. You get three, you won't get new. You get new, you won't get new back. You get one line, you won't get two. So our inability, we are not satisfied. We have insatiable appetite to create, unlimited capacity to create. So once you know that there's no limit to what I can create, you now put limits on yourself. Okay, what do you want? I just want a small job, small wife. You don't want it. You go for it. It's just a secure job, 200,000. That is acting below his capacity. He never realized who he is. That God gave him a creativity package inside of him that you also limit yourself. Why are some people limiting themselves? Because they don't understand. So God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator that materialized his thoughts, his ideas, and his intention, plans, and purpose. So God don't do that. In the beginning, God created. Say God created. God did not say in the beginning he's holy, he's righteous. The first thing God told us about himself is that I'm a creator. That is the first thing in the beginning God creates. Say not create. Say I'm a creator. If God to tell you the first thing about him, it's not about he doesn't have other attributes. He has it too. But the fundamental tell you, see, I'm a creator, so you are one. As I am, so you are. So that's why you have to understand that it shows us how he materialized his thoughts. Write it down your note. Write it down so make it stand for your note. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator that materialized his thoughts, comma, his ideas, comma, his intention, plan, and purpose. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator that materialized his thoughts, comma, his ideas, his intention, plan, and purpose, full stop. God introduced himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator that materialized his idea, comma, thoughts, comma, his intention, comma, plan, and purpose. Full stop. So when God came to us, he not said, I'm holy, I'm righteous, I'm powerful, I'm strong. No. Fundamentally, he drew himself to us in the opening chapter of the Bible as a creator that materialized his thought, his ideas, plans, intentions, and purpose. So that's to say that if God could materialize his idea, have you not been wondering that everything that is happening to you is you materializing your idea? What if your idea is negative? What if it was a lie they told you they are poor, you are broke, you are useless and out of use? What if you believe a lie for a long time? Then it's not manifesting in your life. What can you will not change it, just change the switch and start believing that you are faithful and wonderfully made. Start believing that you are so great for being strong. You are so great for living in abundance, living in wealth, living in success. What if you begin to define yourself differently, positively, can't see the result will change. Because you are actually a manifestation, you are actually manifesting your ideas. Human beings are all self-fulfilling prophecy. Poverty in a man create them. Wealth in a man create them. If whatever happening to you that you don't like, you have the power to change it. That is how powerful you are. Before I finish this part, but that's connecting the dots. You now understand that you and only you alone have the power to change your life the way you want it. And if nobody has sat you down to teach you and educate you and give you understanding that you are the embodiment of creativity, okay? That is called self-sabotage. That means you are living on what I call self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging beliefs. You are believing things that doesn't empower you. So that means that man has the ability an innate ability to materialize the spiritual things that and put them into flesh, his own words, his own ideas, and his own intention. Man has, write it down. Man has innate ability. Man has innate ability to materialize his words, his thoughts, his intention, and plans. Man has innate ability to materialize his thoughts, his words, his ideas, his intention, and plan. Man has the innate ability to materialize his ideas, his thoughts, his words, his intentions, and plan. Man, all of us, we have the power to manifest our ideas, our thoughts, our plans, our intentions, our words. Man has the power. So if you don't understand you have the power, you will living in lack. You will living in bondage. You think your life is unfair to you because nobody has taught you how to unleash your creativity into the things you want to create for yourself. You have the power to have a wonderful family, wonderful children, be a good man, be a good a woman, be a good father to your children, be a good mother to become a CEO, a president to your community, business ideas, all about the power. Let me ask you a question. Elon Musk that materialized ideas into Tesla. That was his creativity. Mark Zuckerberg materialized ideas into social media platforms. They will get materialized into, of course, Microsoft. Dangote, every man you can think about. This man manifests ideas into pro services. This man manifests ideas. The guy that produces your shoe, the guy that sews my clothes. All of us manifest our ideas. So why can't you? What is your own contribution to the world? What is your own ideas? So that will lead me to the outline number 2. All failures, I don't mean some, I mean all the failures in life, in business, marriage, relationship, investment, all failures and bondage, all of them start with believing a lie. That is where it starts from. That you are not good enough, that you cannot be a CEO, so go and get a job, go to school, get a good job, have a good life. Now lie. Go to school is good, getting a good job, there's nothing like good job. Because man creates work. God creates work, man creates job. Job is actually to serve another man's purpose. So it's good to work for ideas, talent, learn something, but not for money. Working for money, abuse and disabuse everything. So money is a bad master. It doesn't fulfill what it promises. Work for idea, work to learn how things work. The workplace is the best business school you can think about. You have rejections, real challenges, real problems. Work and learn those processes. But go and put that thing into use. But coming to be a slave for a man for 35 years and believe that you have a retirement with pension and gratuity, all lying news. Go and check any man who retired with pension and gratuity. Go and check their life. The ones that they regret that they have used all their energy when they were young to build a company for themselves, factory, industry, real estate, oil and gas. They would have done better. Because a good man leaves inheritance to his children. Your children can never inherit your certificate. Your children can never inherit your job. My mother worked for 35 years, retired. I cannot inherit my mother's certificate and say my mother was a civil servant. Me too. I'm also a civil servant. But if my mother owns a company, owns a black marker company. My mother died. I'm the CEO. Or my mother retired as CEO. I can resume if I'm the next of kin. Really? Yes or yes? So why would somebody not be creative and choose to work for people that are creative? And they forget about their own creativity and look at himself and say, I'm good for nothing. For now, just give me to go 200 nonsense cake, but every month. If I say a job 300 times, that is fine. Like somebody that is giving me SSO, I mean, no. Why must you be thinking like that? Because you believe in life for a long time. You're not a creator. that you are not a president of organization, you are not a CEO. You just believe a lie too long that it becomes part of your nature. So that is very bad. I'll give you something to think about. I told you, whenever I want to talk about these things like this, I always bring Bible. So we start, at least you agree with me on something, and not agree with me on everything, right? But agree with me on something. John 8:31 to 32. John 8:31 to 32. I'm not a pastor anyway, so but I just like to read that for myself. So, and they say cheers to the Jews, which believe on him. If you continue in my words, then you are my disciple indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you, make you free. All failures and bondage start with believing a lie. Adam believed a lie, and he took him out of Garden of Eden to a place of lack, labor, and impoverishment. This was true in the garden, and it's also true in business today. All business failure is based on believing a lie. Write it down. All business failure is based on believing a lie as true. All business failure, all marital failure, everything that fails in life is believing a lie as true. Because if the truth shall set you free, this will not set you free. It's totally a lie. They cannot succeed. It's a big lie. That you will not make mistake is a lie. All of us make mistake. A child that is afraid to fall will never walk. Write it down. All business failure is based on believing a lie as true. That is how it is. They lied to Adam now. If you eat this fruit, your eye will open, you'll be smart. If you do, you'll be wise. It's not a lie. If that was God told him, you eat the shade, you shall surely die. The devil lied to him, he believed it. All business failure is believing a lie as true. Full stop. All financial bondage is based on believing a lie as true. All financial bondage. That you make your money and solve your problem. That's not the purpose. Purpose of money is to use money to make money. That's the purpose. If you make money and chop, that's a consumer. Money was not meant to be consumed. Money was not meant to be spent. Money was actually meant to use to make more money. So nobody has taught you that to use your money to make more money before you spend the money. That means you have been lied to for a long time. That is why not all the problems is meant for you to solve. Some problems die by ignoring them. Some problems expire with time. That's the truth about it. Until your money makes money, that problem was not meant to be solved. Leave it there. So I said today that all financial bondage is based on believing a lie as true. No money. If it's actually true, we should liberate you now. And John says, 8 verse, I know the truth and it shall make you free. Why is he enslaved? Why is still not solving your personal problem? Because you have not created a system and structure where money can work for you. You don't have enough investment where money can work for. That's the thing. So is it a bad thing? No, it's not bad. Can you learn the case? Can you apply? Can you correct it? Yes, you can correct it. You have the power to change it right now. I cannot do this thing. I cannot. No, you can. You can do it. Just learn. Because man's capacity is God's gift to man. Man's willingness to learn is a man's choice. Is he learning? Learning is the hardest thing. People don't want to learn. They want to beg. They're looking for shortcut that is cutting their life short. Your life will never be cut short in Jesus. Say amen. Simple follow process. Learn this thing. Develop the powers. Process. Even God said when you pass through the fire, will be with you. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. He said when you pass, that means you must surely pass. God had the power to pick the children of Israel from Egypt to the promised land. He had the power. But why did he allow them to pass through wilderness? Because he wanted them to learn. He wanted them to understand. He wanted to develop energy to fight the Hittite, the Hebrew, the tight that is in the promised land. So you see, the burden of bondage, the burden of freedom is that you have to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, show up for yourself. So there's no need to tell me, no, life was meant to be like that. You are meant to succeed. That's the thing now. So, like, how do you want life to be? You want life to just wake up easy peasy. You don't. God will just bring manna from your table on the chair. You just eat. Yeah, just joking. Yeah, just wake up. Wake up. The reality is that you must pass through. Like life must pass through you. So they just be strong because hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times, and good times create weak men. Weak men always create hard times. So don't wait until things are hard with you. If you think you are a weak person, spiritually, financially, morally. So you have to understand that all financial bondage is based on believing in life. So write it down your notes. When success is holistic, that when I mean holistic, spiritually, financially, you are succeeding all the way. When success is holistic, means that you are succeeding in all aspects of your life, spiritually, maritally, financially. When success is holistic means that you are succeeding in all aspects of your life. So you cannot be telling me you'll be doing what T.F. Eker said in the book of the book he wrote, Secrets of the Millionaire's Mind. He said poor men choose either or, wealthy men choose both. And the man went out to explain that poor men will say, I cannot buy my cake. Cake is too expensive. So that you cannot buy your cake and eat them. No, some of them will go and buy donuts and focus on the whole. The average man will buy half of the cake or cupcake, While a rich man believes that he can buy his cake, eat it. That means you can believe that you can become successful, rich, and wealthy, spiritually making heaven, have good family. So we believe that you can have both. You can have even more. So that is why a rich always get richer and the poor always get poorer. They don't understand his philosophy and mindset. Because we believe that we can always have more. That's why we always have more. A lot of people believe that I don't deserve more. I don't deserve wealth. How you know they don't deserve wealth? You take them to a place, they feel they have inferiority complex. They don't feel comfortable in abundance. They don't feel comfortable in wealth. If I say lying to me, I can do a discussion. Take it to 4 point stratum, article the Beneye or Ibom icon at Uran. Once I take some people there for a buffet or a dinner, you see them, a lot of people just be feeling that they don't be feeling unworthy to enjoy. A lot of us will feel worthy. That's I paid for this, it's money, I can enjoy. So if I will tell you, okay, let us follow Ibom A and go to Lagos. You say, no, I don't desire, but I want the AKTC because you are too used to suffering. That suffering has become your nature. That if you don't suffer, you be like say you never do anything. That is, you suffer so much that you love suffering. You like everything. Why is your life like this? Because you don't know they have power to create a wonderful life for yourself. So you see, becoming super success and have a holistic success in all your life means that you must sit down to learn and discover yourself as a creator. Say, I'm a creator. To create the life you want. There is no limit to what we can create. You have the power. Say, I have the power. No, that the J, waiting the other guy. Waiting me that to J something. Waiting me that my guy now. In Daboski. No, in Daboski kind of power. No, I got the power. Okay. What if everything they told you about expensive was a lie? Let me try and round up there. Let me try how many minutes I have. About expensive was a lie. What if it's not it's a reflection of who you are? The 2 billion naira Rolls Royce you are thinking that is expensive usually to your income. The subject doesn't change. The expensive to the one of the bargain of another. So what if everything you told you about luxury, it was a lie? That is actually your birthright. What if that place you are, that luxury you want, was actually what God designed and planned for you? What if the devil just decide to lie to you through your brother, through your sister, through somebody that forget about becoming a millionaire, forget about becoming successful? Okay, let's just go and find a small job. Let's go and find a small car. Let's go and find small things. What if all those things they told you was a big lie? Because it's actually an observative psychology with human nature, who are still struggling with struggling to earn a living. That they think that luxury is actually an expensive thing. It's not. It's a mindset. Don't worry. When the time I finish this class with you, you will now realize that, and you have been believing a lie. That the truth is that you are actually believing. That's the truth. The truth is that you are a creator. Say, I'm a creator. The truth is that the head and never the tail. The truth is that you are actually the light of the world. Say, I am the light of the world. Say, I must shine brighter, brighter, and brighter unto a brighter day. Thank you so much. Online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. That's the best you can take today. Yeah. Thank you so much. So for all of us here, I want to appreciate each and every one of you because each time I'm talking to entrepreneurs, businessmen, and investors all over the world, I like to get feedback because without feedback,